falling in love, falling in love. I try to quit my heart, just can't get enough, can't get enough. With all these issues, we keep falling in love, falling in love. I'm begging you to hold me, even if it hurts me. Cause we keep falling in love, falling in love. I try to quit my heart, just can't get enough, can't get enough. With all these issues, we keep falling in love, falling in love. I'm begging you to hold me, even if it hurts me. We keep falling in love, falling in love.
Sabercats. Welcome, graduates and families, to the 15th Castleview High School commencement ceremony. My name is Gina Templeton, and I am the proud principal of Castleview High School. How wonderful to see so much of Sabercat Nation has joined us on this beautiful Colorado morning at Red Rocks today. Will you please stand with me as we begin the ceremony this morning by honoring our country with the singing of the national anthem. The anthem will be performed today by Hannah Feiner. When you
whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Thank you, Hannah. That was absolutely beautiful. Today, we are honored by the presence of several important guests. I'm pleased to invite our student body presidents, Aidan McGinty and William Miranda, and vice presidents Marissa Brackey and Andrea Lee to the stage for the introduction of our dignitaries.
Good morning. What a great morning to celebrate graduation. And on behalf of the class of 2023, we would like to thank our family members, friends, and staff for helping us through our journey.
We have the honor of introducing the guests joining us for our ceremony today. When introduced, we ask that you please stand and be recognized. At this time, we would like to introduce our distinguished dignitaries from the Douglas County School District Leadership Team and the Douglas County School Board assisting with today's ceremony. Our school board members, Christy Williams, Director and Vice President. Kaylee Weiniger, Director and Treasurer. Our Superintendent of the Douglas County School District, Aaron Kane. The members of the district leadership team, Aaron McDonald, Executive Director of Schools, Castle Rock Region. Matt Reynolds, Learning Officer. Jana Schleisner, Chief Financial Officer. And Amanda Thompson, Chief Human Resources Officer. And now for our former CVHS principals. Dr. Lyle Gates, 2005 to 2010. Dr. Jim Calhoun, 2010 to 2016. And of course, Dr. Rex Core, 2016 to 2022.
Next, our Castleview High School administration, counselors, and honored faculty. Dr. Gina Templeton, our principal. Derek Cordes, our assistant principal and athletic director. Scott Dowis, our assistant principal. Ben Kellerman, our assistant principal. Lindsay Litherland, our assistant principal and activities director. Amanda Molson, our assistant principal. Steph Morris, our assistant principal. Kevin Combest, our faculty speaker. Camby Crabb. Evelyn Hansen. Emma Ranchek. Christy Jaramillo. Andrea Kovach. Tara Nordstrom. Zach Ross, and Julie Wright.
And now, I'm pleased to introduce a very important group of guests on our stage, our feeder school principals. Seniors who attended these schools, please stand and help to welcome the principal from your school. Aaron McMillan, Academy Charter School. Kelly Rowe, Clear Sky Elementary. Jen Oldham, Larkspur Elementary. Amy Warchuk, Meadowview Elementary. Jeff Johnson, Sedalia Elementary. Stacy Robertson, Soaring Hawk Elementary. John Veit, Castle Rock Middle School. And then, just so we don't leave a group of students out, would all students who did not attend a feeder school please stand?
And finally, our student speakers for the class of 2023, we have Gabrielle Goodwin for the Biotechnology and Health Sciences Academy. Mitchell Davis for the Leadership, Global Studies, and Communications Academy. Riley McNeil for the Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics Academy. And Avery Dow for the Visual and Performing Arts Academy. Would you please join us in thanking our dignitaries for the support of the class of 2023?
Okay, but before we go, we're going to take one last class photo. So on a count of three, we're going to say, "Sco Cats."
Okay. Sco Cats on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Go Cats!
Thank you, guys. Graduation!
Aiden, Will, Marissa, and Andrea, thank you so much for being fantastic leaders of our school this year. Our culture, our school, and our community is stronger, and that is due to you. Thank you so much for your leadership. At this time, we would like to briefly recognize Castleview faculty members who will be retiring from education this year. If you would please stand and be recognized. Brooke Craig. Ms. Craig started her career 25 years ago, and she has spent the past 9 years teaching at Castleview. She takes great pride in empowering her students and challenging them to make sense of mathematics. Thank you, Brooke, for your service. Cindy Dieltz. After 10 years as an educational assistant at Castleview High School, she is retiring after serving the special education community for 31 years. Miss Jordy Owens. Miss Owens has been a SaberCat for 5 years and is retiring after 25 years in education. She has done tremendous work in making our library a space where students can come together to study and collaborate. Thank you, Jordy, for your years of service. Class of 2023. This morning is a monumental milestone designed to honor you and your tremendous achievement. But it also honors all of those special people that have been there for you throughout this journey. Seniors, please stand, turn, and help me thank your friends and family, both those present with us today and watching the live stream. And thanks as well to the teachers, counselors, and staff who have advised, instructed, and supported you along the way. Seniors, you may be seated. Now I would like to take a moment to recognize those who are serving or who have served our country. It is appropriate and important to remember that we are celebrating the accomplishments of the class of 2023 because we live in a country based on the foundational principle of liberty. Let us recognize the brave men and women who have served in the military defending that principle. Would those who currently serve our country or are a veteran of the military please stand? We all know that the sacrifice you and your families make for all of us is tremendous. Please accept the gratitude of this gathering today. The class of 2023 proudly boasts 16 students who have committed to military service next year. I would like those seniors who will enter the military after graduation to please stand. These seniors wear red, white, and blue cords to signify their commitment to serve our country. Thank you for your willingness to carry the torch for those that preceded you. Class of 2023, good gracious, you have impressed, captivated, and inspired me like no group of students has before you. When I think about the 4 years of your high school experience, I cannot help but to be overcome by your sheer force of will to remain joyful and kind and hopeful and resilient in the face of overwhelming adversity. That's right. At the end of your freshman year, the world shuttered its doors and forced us all into isolation. Your sophomore and junior years were defined by uncertainty, twists and turns, pivots between remote and in-person, synchronous and asynchronous learning, phrases I never, ever, ever want to hear again. And this last year, your senior year, was shaken by tremendous, terrible tragedy. The reason for you all to look back on that, both right now and throughout your life, is to remind yourself how strong you are, how much you have already overcome, and how your high school experience and the incredible friends you've made here taught you that in the face of hard things, you can and ought to choose to love people fiercely and live a big, bold life. To support one another in being exactly who you are, and to fearlessly chase your dreams, even if they seem impossible to some. With these lessons you'll carry about loving and living well, I urge you to never apologize for being young, for being new, for having a different or strange or even revolutionary idea about how things should be. Though I would always advise you to have respect and to honor those who have gone before you, I would urge you nonetheless to use your voice and not be timid about expressing unpopular opinions or holding a bold view or taking a principled and distinctive stand. Your perspective matters, and your naivety makes it possible for you to envision a future that many of us would consider impossible. Just think, when I was your age, which wasn't that long ago, I would have never dared to dream that I would carry something with me at all times that was both a phone and a computer simultaneously. A screen small enough to fit in my pocket, yet powerful enough to grant me access to the entirety of humanity's collective knowledge at the touch of my fingertips. A device that lets me take a picture of my own face and send it to everyone I know at the same time. That, not that long ago, would have been inconceivable. But someone, or maybe a collection of someones, used their voices and their inexperience and their innovative, brilliant minds and their doggedness to show the naysayers the limitlessness of the human spirit and to forever change the world. When I think of the collective potential before me, when I think of all you've faced and all you've conquered together, I am overwhelmed by the world that your singular ability to love fiercely and your commitment to a big, bold life could create. When I look at you and think of the talent and the heart and the determination and the intellect and the kindness and the skepticism and the courage that is within and among you, I believe in a future full of the impossible. So don't you dare apologize for your youth or your idealism. Don't diminish your capacity to love or shrink your big, scary, crazy dreams to fit into someone else's definition of what life should be. After all, you're Sabercats, for crying out loud. Thank you for the chance to know you and laugh with you. I have nothing less than great admiration for each one of you, and it is indeed bittersweet to say goodbye. Now, as part of the Sabercat tradition, it is that the senior class selects a faculty member to help them graduate and celebrate with a few inspirational words. Class of 2023, please join me in welcoming your faculty speaker, Mr. Kevin Combest.
Hey, there's a lot of people, man. So here's the thing. I'm something of a Beatles geek, have been for a long time. They stood on this stage in 1964, like right here, basically. So can you guys just go like bonkers nuts while I get a selfie with you? Where the Beatles stood? Like nuts, like really nuts. All right. All right, I want to start off by saying that I'm really grateful for this platform because it finally gives me the chance to shed my normal shyness and for the first time reveal to you some of my opinions. All right, gags aside, I do want to start with real thanks, not for this, but for everything. I have this, I'm supposed to wear this hat, and I've elected not to. Anyway, it's a reminder that I used to do something very different for a living. And when I moved to Colorado 8 years ago, I also left behind a career to which it seemed like my whole life had led. And leaving that behind was really scary. It was like reaching out for a wall in the dark. You know, you think something's there, but you can't see it. But I landed at Castleview, and it has been really, really easy. And it's been easy because of you. The students and parents of Castleview are kind and smart and skeptical, funny, and in spite of my big mouth, you have welcomed me for a long time. And as someone who grew up as an Army kid, moving around all the time, feeling truly part of something here was new to me then, and today means a great deal to me. So Castleview, thank you, I love you, and I am so proud to know you. It's important to pause here and again recognize who is not here today. Audrey Todd and Colton Bellamy deserve to be here. In a moment, I'm going to ask you to do a couple of things for me, big things. And before I do, I'd like to add one small request at the outset for them. To be very honest with you, you won't remember today very often or very well. I know it seems like a big deal now, but it will fade, and it will fade fast. But years from now, it'll come to you in these little fleeting moments when you're in the grocery store or on your way to work. Your memory of today will leave your mind as quickly as it had entered, and then several more years will pass before you think about it again. Limited opportunities is my point. So whenever it does enter your mind, I want you to prioritize. When you think of today, before you remember what you wore, or how you had your hair done, or the totally cool hand gesture you made as you walked across the stage, Because do you guys still do the ice in the veins thing? No? Okay. It's fast, man. And certainly before you remember anything else that I'm about to say, I want you to remember Colton and Audrey, how much we miss them, how unfair it is that they were taken, and how lucky we are to have known them. So do that for me. Okay, now, this is the part where I'm supposed to offer advice, but you get what you pay for, and I'm not really going to do that. There is nothing that I can say that experience won't provide, and whatever advice I do dole out, you're not going to take it, right? Until it's too late. And then you'll realize on your own that you screwed up, and you will figure out on your own how to fix it. You're smart, you'll figure it out. I trust you, okay? Instead, I'm going to give you an exhortation, which is the traditional purpose of a speech like this one. If you haven't heard that word before, exhortation, to exhort is to beg, but with kind of, authority and urgency. Today isn't only about what you want, it is also about what you must do. So, Castleview class of 2023, I exhort you, you must do just 2 things for me. Yes? Yes? Okay. All right, first Castleview, I exhort you, I beg you to reject an old cliche. Reject this nonsense idea that you are about to enter the real world. Reject this because for 18 years, nearly a quarter of your life, you have had academic successes, academic failures, you've had emergencies and doubts and warmth, you've had jobs, you've seen family members pass away, you went skiing perhaps, maybe you had a fight, maybe you had a lot of fights with your parents. And I'm pretty sure, with scientific precision, that you talk trash with your cousins about the rest of the family, because we all do that. Ooh, Mallory, if you watch this later, Mallory, we should do that. Okay. That was all real, all of it. When someone broke your heart, that was real. When you broke their heart, that was definitely real. And you should feel a little bad about it. Every emotion and setback and triumph and all the fatigue, that was all real. Don't let anyone tell you that you don't know the real world. You know it because you've lived it. Point of fact, there is no real world. There's just the world, and you have always been here. This idea of you not being members of the real world club serves only to infantilize you and to lower our expectations of you. But to that I say, you're not infants, and my expectations for you are sky high. This generation's music is, every generation has its sins, right? Yours is Young Gravy, okay? Or Doja Cat. However, everything else about you, your sense of fairness, your pursuit of justice, your incredible talent for sniffing out and calling out BS, leads me to believe in and, to expect from you greatness. Because your whole lives have been real. Don't let anyone, including you, tell you otherwise. That's number 1. All right. Second, be useful to people. Often today we hear a lot about validation. A person, seeks validation so that their life can be actualized. If someone would just say to them, "You're valid." Validation. Well, I have an unfortunate truth to share with you, Castleview. There is nobody on earth, there is not one soul on this planet who can say the right thing to you to provide you with validation. It cannot be done. So what are we going to do? Be useful. Instead of validation, seek to be useful to other people. When you are useful, you'll find no shortage of satisfaction, happiness, and true wealth. Now, I want to distinguish this idea of usefulness from public service. That's not necessarily what I mean. When I say be useful, I mean for you to do things that matter to other people. This can be found in pursuing self-interest too. You know, getting rich developing a new life-saving drug is useful. A venture capitalist discovering and nurturing the next great technology that will change our lives, that's useful. An artist selling paintings or a musician making life soundtrack, that's all useful. Politicians running for office, that's useful. But you know what else is useful and noble and righteous? Fixing cars. Farming. Stocking shelves at Walmart. Driving a truck is useful. Cutting hair is useful. And if you become a stay-at-home mom or dad and your kid comes home after a tough day of getting picked on and you fix that kid a sandwich and he starts to feel better after the first bite, that's useful too. So, whatever you do, be proud of it. Be proud of any trade, any livelihood, and any role you fill, regardless of how much prestige or money it brings you. Be proud to go into finance. Be proud to write code. Be proud and feel useful if you're a nurse or a cashier or if you bravely wear the flag of this country. And thank you, by the way, to everybody. Whether it's to a client, a town, a boss, a spouse, a congregation, or a child, just be useful. All right, last day of high school. So, let's do some compare and contrast. What is not useful? Because this all seems pretty obvious, right? So what is not useful? Tearing down other people? Lumping those people together in groups instead of seeing them as individuals? Harvesting clicks and likes for an endorphin drip in the brain while chasing the ephemeral validation. So Castleview, class of 2023, I exhort you, do not seek validation. Seek instead to be valid, and so be useful. And if you do just these two things, if you embrace how much you should expect of yourselves as longtime members of the Real World Club, and then armed with that truly wonderful responsibility, commit to being useful, everything else will be fine, really. All right, Castleview class of 2023, I'm going to say goodbye now. I love you. I'm so proud to know you. Godspeed, and congratulations on whatever you're about to do next. See you around.
Thank you, Mr. Combest. Each year, the state of Colorado and Douglas County School District awards the seal of biliteracy to those seniors who have demonstrated through multiple criteria competency in 2 or more languages. The class of 2023 has 125 biliterate scholars. Would those students please stand and be recognized? The Advanced Placement Program offers several AP Scholar Awards to recognize high school students who have demonstrated college-level achievement through AP courses and exams. The AP Scholar recognition is for students who receive scores of 3 or higher on 3 or more AP exams. The AP Scholar with Honor recognition is for students who receive an average score of 3.25 on all AP exams taken and have scores of 3 or higher on 4 or more exams. The AP Scholar with Distinction recognition is for students who receive an average of 3.5 or higher on all exams taken and scores of 3 or higher on 5 or more of these exams. Would all of our AP Scholars with honor, and AP Scholars with distinction now stand and be recognized? At this time, will the students who earned academic honors maintaining a cumulative grade point average of 3.5 to 3.74 throughout high school please stand? Will those students who have achieved a grade point average of 3.75 to 3.99 please stand? And those students who have attained the highest academic honors with a grade point average of 4.0 or higher, please stand. Thank you for your commitment to your academics. Students wearing the red stoles have selected the most rigorous courses available, culminating with advanced placement or concurrent college enrollment courses. Your dedication to your learning is truly exemplary. Now, would all other students wearing honor cords, which include recognition for National Honor Society, and honor societies for art, theater, music, quill and scroll, speech and debate, world languages, and student government, please stand. Our students volunteer throughout our community and make a positive impact. This year, one student has gone above and beyond in service to her community throughout her high school career. Miss Brooklyn Schreiner has served 1,840 hours of service in our community. Superintendent Aaron Kane, will you please join me? Seniors. Seniors, would you please stand? Mrs. Kane, on behalf of the staff of Castleview High School and this extraordinary, mighty class of 2023 who stand before you, I certify that these students have met all requirements for graduation set forth by the Douglas County School District Board of Education. I hereby present to you for your acceptance the senior class of 2023.
Thank you, Dr. Templeton. On behalf of the Douglas County School District and the Douglas County Board of Education, it is my honor and privilege to accept the graduating class for 2023 of Castleview High School. Congratulations.
Seniors, you may sit. Now please welcome to the Red Rock stage Chamber Orchestra to perform For Good.
before we part. So much of me is made of what I learned from you. You'll be with me like a handprint on my heart. And now whatever way our stories end, I know you have rewritten mine by being my friend. Like a ship blown from its mooring by a wind off the sea, like a seed dropped by a skybird in a distant wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, because I knew you, I have been changed for good. And just to clear the air, I ask forgiveness for the things I've done you blame me for. But then I guess we know there's blame to share, and none of it seems to matter anymore. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes the sun, like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? I do believe I have been changed for the better. Because I knew you, because I knew you, because I knew you, I have been changed for good.
Thank you, Chamber Orchestra. That was beautiful. I would now like to introduce the speaker for our Biotechnology and Health Sciences Academy, Miss Gabrielle Goodwin.
Good morning. My name is Gabrielle Goodwin, and today I speak on behalf of the Biotech and Health Science, or BHS Academy. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Whether spoken to you or hung up in a classroom, the exhausted quote used time and time again illuminates one crucial idea: resilience. Aware of it or not, you possess more resilience than you know. I stand upon this surreal stage today, and I speak to a class of individuals who may be unaware of just how capable they are. So much greatness can come out of a 10-letter word, so much so that it's enough to make us, or even our accomplishments, feel small. In reality, resilience is simply just taking your first steps. You might not remember it, but those who surrounded you when you took your first steps can attest that you fell again and again. It was hard, but you kept trying until you steadied yourself and did so in spite of falling. You took your first steps when you learned how to read, when you passed a class you didn't even know you were capable of taking, or when you felt love or loss for the first time. Taking your first steps is not as easy as just putting one foot in front of the other. For some of us, we learn to run before we learn to walk, while others need some more time to find their footing. Know that there are no easy obstacles in life. Every adversity you face and overcome requires some level of grit to get through. You will fall again and again. Resilience isn't always easy to find within yourself. You might struggle to get back up when you fall, but you will find your balance and you will take more steps. The fact is, resilience should not be measured in how large of an obstacle you overcome. The rigor of what we go through is all relative. Whether we found our way through a large obstacle or not, I applaud us all the same. Don't compare yourself to others. There's no point. Take pride in the steps you've taken. We each have our own stride, and with that, we each walk differently through our lives. Class of 2023, I ask you today to look into your past and see just how capable you are. There is no version of you have to seek after today, nor is there an ideal future you have to strive for. Nothing will ever be handed to us on a silver platter, but that's okay, because we are resilient, we are strong, and we are capable, more than we know. Thank you.
Would the seniors of the BHS Academy please stand and come forward to be recognized?
Jose Mendoza.
Syra Zanab Ali.
Ashlyn Casey Olson.
Ella Jean Bowen.
David Ramon Padron.
Carson Kyle Buckup.
Jacob Joseph Petrowski.
Gabriel Alexander Byington.
Tariq Willard Thompson.
Caitlin Nara Porter Coleman. Grace Leona Coyne. Isaiah Andres Dargon.
Eden Baumgartner.
Sophia Grace Downing.
Adriana Caitlin Bell.
Ariana Lynn Farnsworth.
Trenton Bratz.
Davion Sean Garcia.
Robert Russell Collette.
Sienna Marie Haynes.
Brennan Elijah Dahmer.
Demiana Rafael Jamero.
Gabby Ednilau. Andrew Essman.
Landon Clark Keithley.
Anna Cecilia Garver.
Andrea Grace Lee.
Samantha Joy Hollander.
Jacob Scott Nicholas.
Clayton Ryan Hood.
Chase Medlin Phelps.
Samantha Paige Hughes.
Brooklyn James Schreiner.
Leslie Martinez Benumea.
Carter Maxwell Travis.
Colin Anthony McClintock.
Jocelyn Hylia Tidinko.
Aiden Patrick McGinty.
Nicholas Tanner Vasel.
Madden Mendiola.
Bo Nicole Whitaker.
Ashlyn Renee Mordock Schott.
Hunter Luke Whittlesey.
Michaela Lee Mullenix.
Esmeralda Alvarado.
Helen Tran Win.
Donnie Kate Cobble.
Mason Rigo.
Kylie Ray Collins.
Taya Corinne Reynolds.
Dylan Michelle Cooper.
Kellen Scott.
Kirsten Ann Dudley.
Julia Faith Sessions.
Ryan Adrian Guzman.
Jasper Rose Smithwick.
Adam James Hassong.
Janeth Tellez Hernandez.
Michaela Deanna Hunt.
Eli Jackson Thayer.
Analia Victoria Lamb.
Tegan Larissa Tipton.
Abigail Eileen Larkin.
Kira Ning Tochi.
Aaliyah Michelle LeBlanc.
Skylar Grace Vanderwert.
Ace Gunner Jury Malone.
Summer Rain Wilson.
McKenna Ann Mancuso.
Ashley Marie Bache.
Ryder Matthew Mapes.
Madison Zoe Berg.
Stone Everest Madison.
Anna Lindsay Blader.
Sydney Raquel McCord.
Sierra Catalana Bruja.
Bodie Graham Miller.
Carla Castillo.
Catherine Avery Miller.
Brooke Rochelle Kaufman.
Grayson William Charles Peel.
Joaquin Roel Cortez.
Grace Joran Reed.
Ian Michael Crabtree.
Kaylin Dawn Rip.
Isabella D. Felice.
Mackenzie Paige Rogers.
Elsa Reagan Dobaz.
Erica Hallie Scogan.
Donovan Jonathan Guerrero.
Olivia Mary Stasiak.
Sarah Elizabeth Harper.
Mason Cade Swenson.
Annabelle Karina Haugen.
Kaylee Irene Tilden.
Lily Ruth Herzog.
Garen Reed Albertson.
Ashley Hughes.
Isaac Emmanuel Alvarado.
Gianna Jolie Kopp.
Miles Reed Anderson.
Sophia Jordan Liss.
Gavin James Andra.
Dakin Kai Lundvall.
Kershed Tahirovich Badalov.
Sophia Lee Marks.
Gabrielle Elise Blea.
Ashlyn Noel Mast.
Julia Grace Cedarholm.
Garrison Gregory McKinney.
Samuel John Cutforth.
Mercedes Shantae Muniz.
Julia Suzanne Edmonds.
Cole Kenneth O'Brien.
Joanna Selena Estrada Tellez.
Abigail Rose Puckett.
Keaton Christopher Ferrier.
Lexia Marie Rorig.
Harmon Damian Fowler.
Mia Genevieve Schultz.
Avery Marie Frichtel.
Eric John Simpson.
Rylan Matthew Gurgitz.
Tyler Scott Souza.
Sarah Gail Lamb.
Aiden John Stasiak.
Catherine Elizabeth McKenna.
Misha Junaid Said.
Fernando Emiliano Nunez Belamontes.
Isaac Gabriel Arrutia.
Rory Van Panapento.
John Russell Allen.
Claudia Noel Proctor.
Hope Annalise Bindley.
Jeremy Darren Rojas Cano.
Ashton Jude Carpio. I'm not allowed to touch him. That's right.
Taymor Usfer Sajid.
Keaton Stewart Kazir.
Michael Lopez Santana.
Owen Paul Clark.
Eldine Selimovich.
Caleb Christian Epp.
Leyland Casey Silber.
Ariana Joy Ewald.
Adeline Margaret Sayers.
Madigan Lane Farley.
Joel Taylor Smallwood.
Timothy Justin Free.
Christian Tellez Garcia.
Lauren Nicole Gonzalez.
Madeline Brielle Tobler.
Gabrielle Elizabeth Goodwin.
Margaret Elizabeth Ullum.
Aiden Philip Hall.
Brenna Arlene Wendell.
Ava Reese Harding.
Silas Stephen Adams.
Elizabeth Naomi Hook.
Cooper Edward Bilbrey.
Cole Anton Jenkins.
Michaela Ann Marie Bradley.
Reagan Haley Johnston.
Paige Diane Cates.
Reagan Michael Kobe.
Joelle May Kaiser.
Yasmin Lopez Mercado.
Piper Alyssa Crawford.
Steeler Lee Luttrell.
Brighton Riley Curl.
Grace Hope Schellenberger.
Spencer Kane Etchells.
Kylie Ruth Sudbury.
Elizabeth Flores Quintero.
Abigail Lee Timburo.
Audrey Rose Frohart.
Kevin Alexander Tashi.
Wesley Carson Heyer.
Grant Joseph Taylor.
Sanam Vikash Kanchan.
Maya Wednesday Valdez.
Macy Mackenzie Key.
Peyton Troy Walker.
Colin Yaz Kuritz.
Raya Elise Zwink.
Matthew Thomas Laughlin. Me again? Caden Bradford Lewis. Kira Nicole Markert. Satori Jessica McCormick. Katie Lynn McQuire.
Olivia Grace Morgan. Juliana Mattia Penrod. Aiden Paul Phillips. Catherine Ridland. Carter Bradley St. Clair. Ella Marie Stacy. Haley Grace Steinmetz. Alyssa Swike. Jordan Elias Thompson. Elise Renata Thurber. You did it. Where do I go?
Men's Red Hot Choir to sing Nearer My God to Thee.
Still my song shall be nearer, my God, to thee. Diligence Domine ad Augusta, per Augusta, sic ad astra excelsior. In articulum mortis celitus tibi reste, o adjuvante non tementum in perpetuum. Diligence Domine ad Augusta, per Augusta, sic ad astra excelsior. Excelsior, 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 excelsior. Angels to beckon me. Nearer, my God, to thee. Diligence Domine ad Augusta, per Augusta, sic ad astra excelsior. Excelsior, 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 excelsior. In articulum mortis celitus vivi reste. Excelsior!
Thank you, Men's Red Hot Choir, for that wonderful performance. Our next student speaker represents our Leadership, Global Studies, and Communications Academy. Please welcome Mr. Mitchell Davis.
Cats, I have a confession to make. I didn't go to Castleview for 4 years. I came to Castleview from fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada, where I spent my freshman year of high school. I know, let's go. Golden Knights. That means that, like some of you, but unlike most of you, I have another school to compare Castleview to. And by that comparison, I learned what sets Castleview apart. I learned what it means to be a saber cat. When I arrived at CV, I was surprised. I was surprised at the school's unique way of doing things. I was surprised that I would often hear people argue, sometimes bitterly, about the school's policies. But what I've come to realize is that Castleview's maverick nature is its greatest strength. In the future, it can be our greatest strength too. You know how often I heard people argue about the curriculum at my old school? Not once. My old school did things exactly the way people expected them to. Nobody thought to disagree. Agreement is easy. Agreement is comfortable. Agreement is dangerous. I'm going to tell you something that any student who's ever been caught lacking on a test could tell you. We don't know as much as we think we do. The truths that we accept without question are often not truths at all. The only reason we know that the earth revolves around the sun, that tiny little microbes you can't see are the cause of disease, or even that all people are created equal. The only reason we know these things is because people before us had the courage to question common beliefs and the creativity to replace them with something unproven. As you move forward in your education and in your careers, remember Castleview. Remember the courage it showed in trying new things. Remember the arguments those new things started, and how in having those arguments we came to learn what worked and what didn't, and ultimately to understand ourselves. Follow your convictions, and don't be afraid of controversy, because only by questioning what we take for granted can we move forward, each of us as an individual and together. Creativity, controversy, courage. That's what it means to be a saber cat.
Would the seniors of the LGC Academy please stand and come forward to be recognized?
Charlie John Blair.
Anna Grace Carter.
Dylan Richard Favreau.
Luke Harper Cushman.
Kelsey Marie Frayden.
Lily Catherine Defnet.
Elise Freezer.
Chloe Reese de Guzman.
Naya Garcia Gonzalez.
Sophia Marie England.
Marco Antonio Holguin.
Reese Nicole Bosco.
Charlotte Rose Kopp.
Jair Guarda.
Breck Reese Marie Kramer.
Janae Gladys Guillory.
Trisana Selena Krupa.
Mason Harley Huddleston.
Saul Jacob Levy.
Samuel Scott Hunter.
Nathan Jeremiah Mattis.
Levi Knight Ibarra.
Diana Martinez Salinas.
Delaney Jean Jordan.
Benjamin Michael McCarriger.
Kayla Danielle Mateer.
Ella Jean Nearpass.
Anya Caitlin McCann.
McAhan Michael Nicola.
Sadie Addison McKim.
Brendan Alexander Poteet.
William Hyatt Miranda.
Alex Daniel Stewart.
Kirsten Lolita Negretti.
Evelyn Emma Tanella.
Alyssa Kaylina Fu.
Liliana Rose Tanner.
Alexa McCall Posh.
Macy Elizabeth Thornburg.
Caden Noel Prince.
Owen Michael Van Natter.
Diana Elizabeth Rivera.
Jackson David Wheelis.
Riley Lauren Schultz.
Brody Luke Edward Wilson.
Joseph Diego Thornton.
Madison Lauren Beckwith.
Joshua Zhang.
Gunnar Ty Berkey.
Mariana Margaret Boakes.
Jonathan Mark Bernath.
Traden Kane Cannon.
Brooke Elaine Conklin.
Joseph Tyler Claypool.
Amy Leticia Ariola de Cruz.
Sabin Xander Fanyo Dominguez.
Richard Maupin Dixon III.
Ariana Christine Dozier.
Alex Glenn Dunda.
Thomas Andrew Eisenson.
Lucas Stewart Eftekar.
Richard Dale Bosco.
Madison Gale Fieber.
Gracie Lamb Garcia.
Tyler Reza Firustash.
Kate Mackenzie Garland.
Andrew Carlo Gassman.
Arturo Aurelio Gonzalez.
Kaylee Lynn Height.
Naya K. Gottberg.
Brady Sullivan Kuklinski.
Beckett Michael Harvey.
Samantha Grace Coolish.
Kevin Michael Harvey.
Madeline Elizabeth Lapp.
Sarah Ann Hutchings.
Jackson Bennett Litvin.
Melanie Rose Lussier.
Thomas Joseph Martinez.
Dylan Jeffrey March.
Eli Andrew Nanning.
Stella Grace Morrissey.
Milena Grace Pazanka.
Bailey Ryan Parker.
Liani M. Reyes.
Cullen Anderson Rusovic.
Robert Gordon Ricker.
Marcus Owen Stambaugh White.
Kennedy Jacqueline Reen.
Cole Allen Stanley.
Jael Aret Romo Acevedo.
Talia Ray Sweeney.
Devin Elizabeth Story.
Calvin Charles Whitleader.
Kelsey Hannah Swan. Joe Valentine Ursetta. Garrett Corbin Wood.
Mason Lewis Allis. Luis Angeles Segura. Marissa Claire Brackey. Adam Gary Brooks. Jackson Brady Buchanan. Lancy Sofia Cabrera Martinez. Valeria Castillo Meta. Mitchell Preston Davis. Ellie Shane Graper. Kelsey Sue Hartman. Keenan Thomas Hinton. Gabrielle Layla Hooper. Annika Elizabeth Horn. Sawyer Ryan Hunter. Emilio Andreas Ledesma. Owen Todd Logan. Ann Margaret Maloof. Kaylin Brooke Miller. Allison Daniela Ochoa Lopez. Emma Nicole Payne. Jan Ulrich Radford. Brooks Christopher Rodarte. Dana Camila Sanchez. Nathan Jerome Smith. Madison Elise Jader. Alexis Kate Turner. Abigail Ann Warhola. Landon James Warner. Avondale Wilsnock.
Woohoo! Now I would like to invite our next performer to the stage, Oliver Andrews, to play the Swan. Thank you, Oliver, for that beautiful performance. Speaking as the representative of our Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics Academy, please welcome Miss Riley McNeil.
Good morning, Red Rocks! I know it's early, but
wake up because I've got some important things to say. Calculus is a mathematical study of continuous change, and high school has definitely changed us. Once upon a time, in 2019, we entered our freshman year as a bunch of scared, wide-eyed 14-year-olds tasked with making a big decision, a decision that would affect the next 4 years of our lives. We were tasked with choosing an academy that sparked our interest. Some of us signed up to conquer STEM. We were hell-bent on figuring out how to properly use our graphing calculators, finding the area under the curve, and plotting ways to sneak off campus during advisement and lunch. I remember the first time I walked past Miss Molson on my way to Chick-fil-A ditching class. Everything was going good, going great. We had just started getting the hang of this whole high school thing, and we were starting to become more comfortable with ourselves. Little did we know, our whole lives were about to change. On March 13th, 2020, the world shut down. We left school our freshman year and wouldn't feel any sort of normalcy until about 2 years later. For most of us, those 2 years are kind of a blur. You remember the beginning and are looking forward to the finish line, so it's easy to forget everything in between. And by the end of that whole thing, many of our teachers, administration, and friends had completely changed. The only thing I know for certain is I know how to run a successful Zoom call. After surviving a literal pandemic, we finally made it to our senior year. And just as we were about to begin our first normal year of high school, tragedy struck. Instead of beginning the year with a celebration, we started with a candlelight vigil. The deaths of Colton and Audrey altered us in a way that we may never fully understand. We miss them, and we wish they were here with us right now. Let us celebrate their lives and remember the impact they had on each of us. As the year progressed, we held it together. We passed through senioritis, which let me tell you is definitely a real thing. At one point, I hoped our engineering students would invent a time machine that would fast forward us to this very moment. But then I thought of all that would have been missed. Prom, spring sports, senior assassin, Mad Week. So really not worth doing an engineering marvel, I guess. As high school ends and we walk across this stage, we know we have truly endured the unimaginable. We can do hard things, like chemistry and physics. We can be persistent as our lives become overwhelming within an ever-changing and messy world. Remember, as I said in the beginning, calculus is a mathematical study of continuous change. And it's really hard, but I'm glad I did it. I think we can all agree that we've dealt with and adapted to a lot of change. So all of us, even those of you who aren't STEM geeks, have technically successfully mastered calculus. Whoop, whoop! I know every graduating class thinks that they've climbed the highest mountain and dealt with the most adversity. I can't say for sure we've overcome the worst, but I know we've overcome a lot. Casa View High School's class of 2023, we have earned more than our diplomas. As we prepare to move on, I challenge you to remember Newton's first law of motion. An object in motion stays in motion. Well, class of 2023, our motion is just getting started. And now that we've got momentum, we will never stop rolling. Thank you.
Would the seniors of the STEM Academy please stand and come forward to be recognized?
Kaylin Mackenzie Bonet.
Caleb Joseph Austin.
Samuel John Boyd.
Jack Charles Beckett.
Enzo Ji-yoon Chung.
William James Bachman.
Colin Costigan.
Katie Brown.
Gavin James DeWitt.
Landon Reed Constable.
Jonathan Patrick Dirks.
Zachary Luis Conti.
Tyler Christopher Fritchie.
Justin Nicholas Etzel.
Jordan Brooke Griffin.
Lewis Tyler Farah.
Brianna Jolie Harper.
Allison Zasing Ferguson.
Cooper Ty Harrison.
Patrick Evan Griswold.
William Daniel Harry.
Caleb Thompson Ing.
Mason David Hill.
Peula Andrea Lancheros Torres.
Tanner Brant Jones.
Matthew Christopher Lehman.
Justin Scott Lang.
Nathan James Lucas.
Jasper Ken Gutierrez Passion.
Caleb Scott Mamula.
Elizabeth Karen Penningill.
Parker Maxwell McCarty.
Joseph Tyler Pollock.
Riley Montgomery McNeil.
Nicholas Edward Pope.
Zachary David Cy Reamer.
Tonino Rucker.
Erica Lynn Rorig.
Owen Mitchell Schreffer.
Bryce Eli Showerhammer.
Tyler John Swinsky.
Sadie Elizabeth Sheets.
Adam Eric Starcevic.
Mia Grace Stramel.
Olivia Shin Rong Vincent.
Brendan Stephen Wicks.
Ashlyn Cade Albert.
Ethan Xavier Alden.
Robert John Allwell II.
Dylan Richard Armour.
Juliana Renee Beans.
Cade Christian Bracken.
Noah Francisco Blanco.
Joseph Michael Cacciatore.
Rusty James Bragg.
Ozzy Scott Carell.
Reese Dalton Bird.
Noah Kai Fabula.
Riley Michael Church.
Austin Carl Fisher.
Peyton Keith Harper.
Vincent James Frunze.
Joseph Suman Hearn.
Trace Jackson Gensler.
Matthew Joseph Hebner.
Jason Curtis Guillory.
Eric Thomas Hoyt.
Roland Herrera III.
Ronald George Hubmer.
Abigail Cass.
Theodore Thomas Lacina.
Evan James Cara.
Jerem Lang.
James William Kerr.
Marley Ann Lee.
Devin Stephen Patel Lang.
Jackson Foster Leet.
Luke Thomas McCauley.
Devin Broderick Martin.
Ezra Allen Neal.
Jocelyn Rose Osigera.
Kyle Thomas O'Halloran.
Darlington Wendell Smith.
Ty Brendan Robertson.
Julian Thomas John Tanner.
Alexander Lee Shenton.
Cole William Verbruge.
Benjamin Eric Smith.
Maddox Anthony Verbrugi.
Ashlyn Jean Thurber.
Jamie Elizabeth Wright.
Trevor Scott Williams.
Thomas Orville Young. Elijah Daniel Zickel.
Connor Aiden Archambault. Joseph Julian Bernal. Charles Ronald Bills. Aiden Christopher Bourgeois. Noah William Brown. Dylan Logan Coney. Anastasia Juliet Foley. Kevin Arthur Frederick. Audrey Elizabeth Gerdes. Kyle Reese Glover. Robert Joseph Hammond. Jennifer Maria Hernandez Rodriguez. Charles Kareem Kaba. Logan Glenn Kraus. Eric Albert Cronquist. Alexander William Lindahl. Daniel Eugene Martinez. Connor James Nicholas. Jonathan Robert Rock Painter. Antonino Vincenzo Piscatella. Matthew Peter Reljanovic. Skylar Chase Schilfarth. Connor Bradley Slagle. Colin Ramsey Smith. Andrew James Snydstrup. Damon Nicholas Warnick. Joshua David Wheeler. Thank you, Red Rocks.
Woo! Now I would like to invite our final performance to the stage, Grace Crawford and Lacey Woldridge, to sing Rainbow Connection.
Why are there so many songs about rainbows, and what's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, but only illusions, and rainbows have nothing to hide. So we've been told, and some choose to believe it, but I know the wrong way to see. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Who said that every wish would be heard and answered when wished on the morning star? Somebody thought of that and someone believed it. Look what it's done so far. What's so amazing that keeps us stargazing, and what do we think we might see? Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. All of us under its spell. We know that it's probably magic. Have you been half asleep, and have you heard voices? I've heard them calling my name. Is this the sweet sound that calls the young sailors? The voice might be one and the same. I've heard it too many times to ignore it. It's something that I'm supposed to be. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me.
My goodness. Thank you, Grace and Lacey. That was absolutely stunning. Our final student speaker this morning represents our Visual and Performing Arts Academy. Put your hands together for Miss Avery Dow.
Hello, Castleview class of 2023. My name is Avery Dow. For those of you who don't know me, right back at you. There are like 530 seniors. Throughout my time at CV, I counted the days it took for our class to graduate, starting from the beginning of our story to the end. Now, as we gather here at Red Rocks, wearing our undeniably hilarious hats, I recognize that our CV experience was not a perfect beginning, middle, and end. Instead, because I picked up a few things from VPA and I'm a raging theater kid, I understand that CV was just the first act of the show we call life. In true senioritis fashion, I've researched a quote from a credible source. Wikipedia defines the first act of a theatrical performance as, quote, used for exposition, to establish the main characters, their relationships, and the world they live in. Act 1 established the world we live in, Castleview High School. We set the stage with 4 academies, and each student at Castleview is a main character, though some of us like being the main character more than we probably should. We've established meaningful relationships. Our teachers supported us through every missing assignment, every breakup, every breakdown, and we've made lifelong friendships, sometimes with people we never expected to meet, sometimes with people we never expected to like. And yeah, there was plenty of expositional conflict. How did any of us pass chemistry? What do you mean I had to write multiple essays for college? I was under the impression it was just the one. So yes, the class of 2023's Act 1 of life is complete. Today is our intermission. An intermission is temporary, a space between 2 vastly different parts of our lives. And I'll admit, it's easy to feel like today is our happy ending. After all, we just finished Act 1 with a big sparkling dance number that was finals and AP tests. But it's just intermission. Now's the time to grab a snack and go to the bathroom before life really begins. Act 2, as noted by Wikipedia, is when, quote, the main character encounters an obstacle that prevents them from achieving their dramatic need. Now, that sounds dismal, but consider. You can't end your story today. You haven't had the opportunity to use what you've learned for better, and you haven't faced the real obstacles, whatever those obstacles are. College, trade school, working, or traveling, to name a few. Face them with gusto, with stage presence. After all, Act 1 prepared you for the challenge. Castleview High School is not the end of our stories. We're not at our finale, not even close. The lights are dimming, the curtain is rising. Act 2 is right around the corner, and class of 2023, it's even better than the first. Thank you.
Would the seniors of the VPA Academy please stand and come forward to be recognized?
Abigail Rose Austin.
Quentin Andrew Allinson.
Kennedy Ann Brooks.
Enya Giuliani Alves.
Liam Thomas Casey.
Oliver William Cypress Andrews.
Preston Cameron Davis.
Josiah Kevin Billington.
Nevaeh Shea Ferradino.
Ethan Joseph Budfield.
Ashley Christina Gayton Chavez.
Kennedy K. Carlson.
Emma Lillian Graham.
Oliver Allen Casey.
Emma Camille Jaquelis.
Amaya Leona Cervantes.
Andrew Dean Johansson.
Caitlin Leanne Clifford.
Tiana McCowan.
Nikki Janine Cowan.
Alexander Matthew Meyer.
Grace Caroline Crawford.
Erica Kiada Nicole Cano.
Avery Addington Dow.
Maya Ashley Nelms.
Emilio Gail Gonzalez Serrano.
Sage Elizabeth Osborne.
Josiah Gary Harden.
Isabella Caitlin Pilato.
Nicholas Andrew Hundley.
Annabelle Ray Rice.
Mickey Lee.
Cole Alexander Smith.
Elizabeth Ashley Nelson.
Keller Faye Tweet.
Isaac Nathaniel Nixon.
Alexandra Nicole Whitehurst.
Kayla Molly O'Hara.
Nathan Koji Wild.
Gianna Francis Rucker.
Lance Carl Whitleader.
Mariella Elise Rucker.
Jacob Ociel Aguilar.
Ashley Marie Smith Harkin.
Evan Charles Bullock.
Alexis Hope Tome.
Orlando Marciel Collin.
Lacey Ray Wooldridge.
Shaw Carson Cremines.
Michaela Marie Adams.
Ava Corinna Critchlow.
Jordy Ray Alcaraz.
William Harrison Daves.
Caden Michael Bennett.
Hannah Florence Keefe Finer.
Nicholas Matthew Brown.
Riley Marie Fosco.
Aspen Joy Connor.
Tessa Indy Gabriel.
Sydney Ann Conti.
Daniel Presley Goldsmith.
Michaela Louise Dean.
Braden William Barrett Holmes.
Abigail Grace Fletcher.
Joylyn Brittany Horton.
Ross Walker Scott Gammett.
Spencer Maxfield Howland.
Isabella Claire Griggs.
Mercedes Grace Jolly.
Lauren Michelle Hansen.
Caroline Elizabeth Jones.
Eva Kelly Hicks.
Elliot Tyler Coney.
Leonie Zinha Horte.
Casey Marie Levering.
Audrey Genevieve Howell.
McKenna Danielle Reeves.
Adon Jimenez Quintero.
Avery Lee White.
Jade Lynn Mintz.
Kiana Michelle Wood.
Chloe Jade Melko. Cora Francis Morang. Tanvi Sabrawal. Julia Kathleen Slagle. Joseph Johannes Scott Ulrich. Gavin Scott Weiskopf.
Woohoo! Seniors, please stand. What a beautiful day. Moving your tassel from the right to the left is a tradition that signifies your status as a graduate of Castleview High School. Before those gathered to watch you today, please take your tassel and move it over your heart. Families, friends, faculty, the class of 2023